Okay. Welcome all to the February 11 Governing Board meeting of Maple Broadband.
All right.
Did I hear someone say something I should have heard?
No, I have Bill Hanson and Hugh McLaughlin here in the room. Bill Goddard. Excuse me, Bill. I apologize.
Excellent. Thanks, Adam. Okay, Ellie issued the agenda just a couple days ago. I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor of approving the agenda as presented, raise your hand or say aye.
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 Excellent. Thanks all. Next, we have minutes that were issued some time ago. And I assume some of you have had an opportunity to take a look at that stuff. I'll entertain a motion to approve the January 14 Governing Board meeting minutes.
Move to approve as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor of approving those January 14 minutes, raise your hand or say aye.
Sorry, I abstain. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I listened to the
Yeah.
recording, but I wasn't there.
Yeah. You're out slacking someplace else. I know.
I know, it was 1 o'clock in the morning. I was sleeping.
Yeah. Before we
Excuse
move
me,
on
Steve.
with the. Yes,
Well-
I'm sorry.
Ellie abstained and who else abstained? Okay, Bill. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. We'll open the floor to any public comments. Does anyone on the call wish to offer their thinking on whatever they might want to talk about? Okay, chair report. I'll keep this brief. See if I can do this way. All right. So, some of you may have read in Addy Indy a big new development in to the kind of northeast of Middlebury is on a fast track to deliver lodging for much needed lodging for that portion of our territory. And what you can see here is a satellite map. It's actually 6 months or 8 months old, but it's you can see across the bottom. This is a Seminary Street extension, and this is Washington Street extension. And it's called Stonecrop Acres. And we received notification from the general contractor that they wanted to make sure that they were able to accommodate our network when the time came to turn that network up. So I met with the general contractor and a couple of engineers from our engineering firm, JSI, met out there on site, and we kind of walked through it. This is kind of a good drawing, but it's built in phases. It's going to go very, very, very fast. It's a really rare case in my experience of what's called a design build. So when we were contacted, they don't know what kind of a conduit network should be in place to support our kind of network. So they're kind of going into it cold. What they're doing, and I won't get into a lot of detail since it really isn't directly related to us. These buildings are built off-site, and they're all cabled up, so all the power and voice data, everything will be connected in units. And they're in a large unit. So this group here, there's 6 properties there. They're all connected together, and they're going to be brought to the site on the back of a flatbed, set in place, and connected up to without any work needed to be done inside. So it's going very, very quickly, and they are outstripping our ability to keep up with them. By the middle of this summer, this building may not be working. This one will be in service. This grouping will be in service, and these will be in service. And it's because they're doing all the construction now by a modular home builder in Montpelier. Ellie and I are kind of scratching our heads about this because we know, and you may well be aware that we haven't built our Middlebury network yet. So the big question is, can we keep up with them? And I think essentially the answer is no. So what I wanted you to be aware of was, first of all, we know about the project. We're going to provide input to the contractor to ensure that what they put in will meet our needs. And then we're going to step back from the process and let the other providers, that would be Consolidated, Fidium, and Comcast, and they will also meet with the builder, and they'll try to determine an infrastructure that will that can be shared by all three providers: Maple Broadband, Consolidated, and Comcast. So our role at this point is pretty much to keep them, make sure that when they're done with the build, it'll work for us. And then we're going to go on doing other work that we'll be talking to you about in coming days. But really, we have nothing more we can do here because I would say, at best, we're going to be able to turn on parts of Middlebury at the end of the year, and it might well be next year. So unfortunately, these are going to be occupied. Most of these spaces are going to be occupied this year, and they'll already have connected up to somebody but other than Maple Broadband, which is too bad. But still, construction costs for us to get service to all these subscribers in there, and I believe the number of subscribers expected is over 200. We still will be able to offer service when the time comes, once our network is up in this area. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Like I said, it doesn't have an immediate bearing on us, but it is also represents another opportunity that will be coming down the pike at a later date to be determined. Any questions about that?
Yes. Andy Hooper, a selectman, lives on the same side of Seminary Street, just off to the left of your diagram, and he is a Fidium subscriber. So I would, and they gave you $50,000 from the town. So anything that you can get out there will make Ross's ability to keep the select board happy there. So let us know when we've got the build of the switching station out near Mary Hogan School done, and we'll report that and try to keep there. I think that end of the year, I do not expect all of those things to be leased out that quickly, but we'll wait and see. If they've got construction crews from outside the county working on it, in addition to building the houses, it may work, but that's about it. That's my local one, and that's less than half a mile from my home, Steve.
Gotcha. We'll be talking a little bit about construction a little bit further in the meeting. I think the challenge here is that we're kind of we're come to a point where, and I'm sure Ellie will want to talk a great deal about BEAD, among other matters, but my level of confidence that BEAD is going to materialize is less than it was 6 months ago, because of a lot of the kind of strange things that are going on in Washington that we really can't predict. So we're currently in the very first stages of trying to prepare what I'll call Plan B, contingency plan, to determine what we're going to do if we don't get BEAD money. Now, BEAD was not, we don't have funding under BEAD to build out to this area. So under any circumstances, we would be, if we build out there, we're going to have to find other financial opportunities to work. And that could be a lot of the other matters. And I think that's something else I think we're about 1 month early, and I'll be able to give you a heck of a lot more after I talk to the executive committee. We meet tomorrow, and we need to kind of start getting going on what Plan B looks like. So for some reason, there is an undue delay or just outright cancellation of B, what do we do with the momentum that we currently have? So I can't give you a straight answer, right, Andy, but if you join us in about a month when we have our next meeting, I'm hoping I'll be able to give you a little bit better detail. Any other questions?
Zapata has her hand up.
Yeah, Steve, I don't know if any of your discussions with the developer or the town have indicated that lot 20 is also a future prospective expansion of development.
What you see here is the total extents of the property. And they're pretty small, so I'd have difficulty finding lot 20 here, but
It's in the upper
It's
right.
in the northeast corner, where the right-of-way leaves the yellow area and crosses I think it's a water line up in that northeast corner.
so this is at the rate that they're going. I've never seen anything like this, because why would you build a conduit infrastructure and not know what it's supposed to look like? But
That there's reasons.
Well-
So I guess the only thing I would suggest to you is to simply ask the question that there is lot 20 on the site plans. And if you are offering guidance or advice around the infrastructure that is needed to support a full build out now and more importantly in the future, how does lot 20 come into that conversation?
Sure, happy to do it. And just to be clear, everything that I've learned from the general contractor is that they're not building a little bit for a few years and then waiting a while. They're building it all done to want to be done with it in about 2 or 3 years. So they're going all the way, and I think it's because of the cooperation, the help that the college gave them and things like that. But my understanding is that the infrastructure they want us to help them design is for the entirety of the infrastructure shown there. But, well, I'm certainly happy to ask that question.
Yeah, they left themselves that right away for a reason.
Yeah. Thanks for the insights. Appreciate it. Anything else from anyone? Okay, let's go on to an executive session. Is that next to you, Ellie?
Yep.
Okay. I move to find that premature general public knowledge regarding Maple Broadband's business strategy would clearly place us at a substantial disadvantage because it risks disclosure of our activities if they were to be communicated to the public. Is there a second? Okay, we got and all in favor, raise your hand or say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I move that we enter into executive session to discuss business strategy under Title I, Section 313, subsection A of the Vermont statutes. Is there a second? I got a second from Zapata. Okay, all in favor, raise your hand or say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we are in executive session. Ellie, you have the floor.
Hang on, I'm going to stop the recording.